When someone says vacation, Ohio is typically not the first place that comes to wondering minds. However, on the shores of Lake Erie, the self-proclaimed roller coaster capital of the world awaits thrill seekers and relaxers alike. Cedar Point is made up of a theme park, as well as a water park, as well as an on-site beach resort and hotel known as Hotel Breakers. The theme park itself consists of 71 thrill rides, many of which have toppled world records in their time, as well as a large midway and 3 separate children's play areas, including Planet Snoopy. Cedar Point never disappoints around the holidays, and for more than 20 years they have offered seasonal activities such as Halloweekends during their fall season's Halloween haunt. Cedar Point was typically visited by fishermen rather than tourists preceding 1870, but in 1867, railroad access brought interested developers to the land. In 1870, the first of many bathhouses was opened, as well as a beer garden, and visitors began pouring in. In 1892, the first roller coaster was built on Cedar Point, and by 1925, the famous Hotel Breakers had opened its doors to its first guest. A number of roller coasters were built in the years following, the most additions being made in the year 1970, and in 1999, the first family area that allowed enjoyment for younger children too small for the thrill rides was opened and dubbed Camp Snoopy. In 2003, Cedar Point dismantled the previous holder of the record for the tallest coaster in the world, as well as the fastest coaster in the world, with its new Top Thrill Dragster. This coaster reached a height of 420 feet and reaches a top speed of 120 miles per hour. Though it no longer holds the records it did upon its release in 2003, it was absolutely the best of its time. Cedar Point kept the trend of setting records, and in 2015, they released the park's very first floorless roller coaster and named it the Rougarou. Closely following in 2016, their coaster Valraven toppled another world record, making it not only the tallest, but the fastest, as well as the longest thrill coaster in the world. 1 year later, in 2017, Cedar Point converted their existing water rides into a water park, Cedar Point Shores, and added some new slides for enjoyment as well. And in 2018, Cedar Point toppled multiple world records with its newest coaster, the Steel Vengeance. Steel Vengeance is what's known as a hyper-hybrid roller coaster, meaning it's made of both wood and steel and incorporates the best of each of these types of thrill rides. Upon this coaster's release, it broke 10 previous world records by itself and allowed Cedar Point as a park to break 5 park-specific world records as well. Steel Vengeance became the fastest, longest, and tallest hybrid coaster in the world, and also contained the sharpest drop of any coaster, as well as the most airtime on any hybrid coaster or otherwise. Each fall season, Cedar Point offers thrill seekers access to their Halloween Haunt Spectacular. The haunt offers 6 scare zones, as well as 6 scary mazes or haunted houses. If thrill-seeking is not your scene and you want vacation to be pure bliss and enjoyment, not to fear. Cedar Point has a boardwalk with beach access, and the boardwalk is directly accessible from their beach resort and hotel, Hotel Breakers. You can enjoy the sun, rent a jet ski, go parasailing, or even just soak in the refreshing waters of Lake Erie. Cedar Point holds something for everyone, and anyone who visits will never second-guess an Ohio vacation again.